Hey everyone! So, this is gonna be hilarious. It's actually posted on a popular page, Vegan Humor, a very popular page. And it's my hat! And it's triggered a lot of emotions. And got a serious debate started too, something important. As you can see, a lot of love here, 2,600 likes in only 15 hours, and nearly 1,000 comments and 100 shares. And we're going to get to some of these comments that are hilarious. So meat-free, child-free, God-free. It's more for free thinking, veganism against animal cruelty and for animals, child-free against the human overpopulation crisis and for all species, and God-free against religious oppression of women, gays, animals, and such, and for logic. This person was triggered a little bit by the atheist part, which is fine. You can believe what you want, but when you weaponize religion, there's going to be backlash, and that's what's going on today. Religion is used to oppress many. Cafeteria Christian clowns, I call them. So here's my post in my video. I strongly suggest you watch this before you criticize or overpopulation deny, just like climate deniers, but this is even more factual based and tangible and now in the here and now and indisputable to all species and our impacts on them. So let's get to some funny ASS comments. There's no such thing as overpopulation. So you write off all these issues surrounding it without considering all the facts. It's basically dismissing it because you can't comprehend it or never thought about it. Sure thing. Got a lot of people, sounds like me and stuff, overpopulation crisis. Yep, and as you can see, extinctions of all species has gone up dramatically just like the human population. Took to 1800 just to reach 1 billion people. All of time to 1800. And now just 250 years later, we'll be at 10 billion. We can't endlessly grow. How many is too many? And childless are discriminated in many ways, financially discriminated. Our population, meat industry. Yep, very true. Again, you can see a lot of my video because it's a 15-minute video. I can explain a lot of things. It's not just resources. It's just land mass. Yes, some people say, oh, you can fit everyone in the size of Texas. Yeah, we're not getting our resources from that, just from that area. We're plundering everything from overfishing, plastic covering the ocean. So, yeah. I do suggest making birth control free. It saves taxpayers tons, as prevents overpopulation. And yes, childless are sick of funding it. I pay $6,000 in school taxes alone when I don't even have health care and have my own college loans. How many is too many then? Yep, that person hit the nail on the head, Michael. To just dismiss it. Right on, Dawn. So I can't be vegan and have kids. You're triggered by a hat that's promoting it against having kids. It's not saying you can't. I say have all the kids you want. I just don't want to pay for it. I don't want to pay for the socialist school taxes that I have $6,000 stolen a year when I don't have my basic needs met. Or retirement savings, child tax credits, paid paternity leave, more work for us for the same pay. I have to pay into that too, actually taken out of my paycheck when I don't even have sick leave. Crazy. Family health care plans, often the same, whether it's 2 people or 10, so a couple. I couldn't get on my wife's health care plan because it was just too much. If you're raising a vegan kid, great. I'm not against it. I'm just saying consider one and done maybe. Or adopt. There's 500,000 kids in foster care, free and easy. What I find funny is I say pets are overpopulated, pets and people. People say, oh, you must love animals. Yes, dogs are my favorite animal, one of my favorite animals, but I think they're overpopulated. But you say that people are overpopulated, oh, you hate people. So pets and people are overpopulated. Oh, you love pets then. Adopt, don't shop or whatever. Oh, you hate people because you say people are overpopulated. I served in the Peace Corps helping people causes. It's one of the biggest people issues too, veganism, that is. But there's going to be some funny ones. What about adoption? Yep, I bring up some good points here. 500,000 kids in foster care. They'll actually pay you in many cases. You can't deny these facts that we nearly cut wildlife in half. You can't deny that we're deforestation, we're overfishing, we have sick fish farms. If you say it's behavior related, not overpopulation, well, we need to fix our behavior before we continue to breed more. We have endangered species, tons of them, due to our behaviors. Again, wildlife all over, cut in half. I mean, billions of birds have been killed, probably from pesticides in our lawns. Here we go. Sounds like a boring person. I ride motorcycles, have a pilot license that I got when I was 20 years old, so you can't say, oh, he's enough for the environment. Yeah, because I'm not perfect. But I'll say meat-free and child-free are the best things by far you can do for your environment. Served in the Peace Corps, I have a grad degree. Volunteer weekly, I'm married without children, like that TV show. Wish I was boring at times. Yeah, so personal attack there. Hoax, yeah, another denier. Communities of color, really? I agree with mass incarceration being a problem. But people of color, actually free birth control helps everyone. And white Christians are the biggest overpopulators. You can fit everyone in Manhattan, or from Manhattan, if you cram them like that. You're not going to get all your resources from there. Explain all the other impacts. It's not just land, the amount of space. It's all the impacts surrounding it. This woman was ranting a lot of nonsense a ton of times. Obviously, she's triggered. You can pause if you want to read all these, but yeah, most people that want to have a bunch of kids, it's ego. They want to have a bunch of kids or spread their DNA. But I worked in alternative incarceration programs as well. I've been arrested for putting up postings around New York City 3 times, called graffiti by the law for some reason, even though I don't think it is, and I was contesting it, how it was written. Again, here's the pets and people. Oh, I hate people, but I love pets because I believe both are overpopulated and we should adopt them if you want. Some funny ones. There's going to be some more funny ones. A lot of deniers. Again, sad person. Yeah, because I don't believe in mythological beings pulling strings. Actually, if God was real, it's a cruel jerk. Creating a dog-eat-dog world, so much cruelty and suffering, designing us wrong mentally, not to be able to accept these facts, and giving kids diseases. That's your God. And even if God was real, it wouldn't want people brown-nosing it. It would want you volunteering weekly to help prevent suffering. Should have to take my money. Buy a hat, Azazel, Birdman, Vegan Future, I believe. Or you can, that one's easy design on your own. I have other ones, though. When was that one? Well, if we wear a hat like that, child-free is a given. I'm married. Child-free by choice. Yeah, a lot of them are making the same points over and over, but the denying is, I mean, I'm not a big climate person, but I'm an environmentalist. We're destroying our environment regardless of climate. So I don't come at it from a climate standpoint, because people will make up stuff, or there's some debatable issues there. There's not much debatable for the decimation that billions of people are causing, and we're growing. We can't endlessly grow. 3 checks. They meet all those criteria. Here's my other hat. One of my shirts. You can read the slogans. Pretty funny. Chicks love vegans. And here's the udder sucking one. I'm glad they focused on the population rather than the atheism or veganism because that is digested more today, and we need to discuss these facts. Again, pets and people, served in the Peace Corps, Boys and Girls Club volunteered at. Here's a poorly done video. It was good historical, but they didn't think of it from the animal's perspective. All species. We are not the only species. So that's a very poorly done video overall. If they're going to cover the issue, here's a religious person that's triggered because I don't believe in oppressive mythological things that oppresses women, gays, and much more. But these comments are kind of gold. They're funny. They're funny. I mean, I'm glad we're discussing it here. We're smart enough to debate these issues, although some are obviously deniers and can't accept the truth and move on. I mean, it's not attacking people who have kids. If you have a kid, I understand that. My sister has kids. My issue is move on from it and still promote the truth. If I had a kid when I was young or had a kid, I would still accept this information. I'd promote against having less kids or none. It doesn't make you a hypocrite. You learn new information and you make changes. You can't go back in time like you can go vegan, cut out meat immediately, and then you're a vegan. You can't go back and be childless. But you can speak the truth, promote adoption, promote against overpopulation, and promote not having kids. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all egocentric. I want to spread my DNA. Because again, 500,000 kids in foster care. Free and easy to adopt. Shouldn't be the reason. Pay for your own kids then. Like I said, have all the kids you want, then I shouldn't have to pay for them. So let me reply to this person. They won't watch it. Got like 20 views out of all these comments. They don't even want to accept the truth. They just want to be coddled. If we don't have these discussions, it's going to be too late, and it's already too late. There's obviously going to be a point where there's too many. When that is debatable. But not having the debate and denying it, being a overpopulation denier, is pathetic. Against birth control, yeah. And allowed people to hunt endangered species. Dumbass. The comments are what's funny. This person's all upset. Not like, hey, here's something important, post it here. Yes, it's supposed to be funny, but this is sort of funny, but more important and not discussed enough. Poor him. All about the people, the person's perspective, not all other species. The reactions are funny, though. Look, vegans care about millions of species. Vegans who are against overpopulation care about millions of species. Most people care about one, the human species. And most of them don't even care about that. They care about one, themselves or their family, and that's it. This person making an economics argument. It's not all about us. We are decimating all species. So let me just drop this in since a lot of people replied, so they'll be able to see it. So it doesn't come up as spam. Change it a little. Racism, yeah, and xenophobia, another denier. Yeah, racism, really? I think white Christians are overpopulated. Lame. I actually work with minority groups in different capacities when I was in the Peace Corps and everything. So, all right, well, whatever. You want to just throw out racism. Nothing to do with it. Absolutely little to nothing to do with it. I say make birth control free. So there you have it. Those are all the comments on this one little blog. Watch the video. Again, this is pretty critical here. and watch that video. You can type in the link. Pause if you want to read it. There you have it. Triggered by the truth. We are not the only species. We just act like it. Lots of likes and comments. I'm glad people are debating that part of it. So I hope you enjoyed.